Welcome to Triple AFK, the show where we talk about fitness, mindset, and health. I'm joined by Camille and Prince. Prince, which is actually looking into a career in law, and Camille, which is looking into a career in pilots and becoming an aviation pilot.
Yes.
Yeah. So I've got both of you questions. So let me start with Prince. What do you enjoy about understanding this career?
I think law. Actually, I know law is really beneficial to people. Um, it contributes a lot to society, and it's the thing that upholds and governs society and makes sure that we have a organized, you know, world. So
Society.
without
Yeah.
law, it would be a very chaotic world. Criminals will just be running all over. And I have a very strong sense of justice, and that's why I want to pursue law. So yeah,
No,
that's
I
it.
really like that. See, with Camille, you're going through aviation. Is there any struggles which you're undertaking, or?
Well, it would be a lie and very egotistical of me to say there are no struggles because struggles come with everything that you go through in life. But yes, it is. It's not easy going down the path of aviation. So yeah, it's gonna require a lot of hard work.
Fair enough. Well, have you got any questions for me, guys?
What would you say are the biggest challenges like facing you trying to get into, for example, your lifeguarding and your MPLQ?
So, what's my biggest challenges? It's coping with dyslexia for me. As I'm taking a journey into physiotherapy, understand the basics of lifeguarding, because that can incorporate into the basics of first aid, if you get what I'm trying to
Yeah.
say. Then looking into coaching with West Ham and how I'm understanding how to work with clients and be responsible for my actions and how it can affect others. That rapid action analysis, what I did probably speak to you about before, it plays a huge role in my everyday life. Working with clients in personal training, that's essential when actually becoming a physiotherapist. Yeah, the clients may not be called clients, they might be called patients, but either way, you're still working with these customers and understanding how you can improve their lives. See, with dyslexia, that's always been a boundary where I'm trying to understand the textbooks. Best way I can actually guide you or guide you, anyone, will be looking at videos. For example, Life of Addy Adam or Life of Adam. He's amazing for breaking down the MPLQ from the pool side to exploring what is involved in rescuing, first aid, you name it. He's really good with that sort of spectrum. I've been looking at other people when trying to find out the little steps towards my end goal in physiotherapy, rehabilitating patients and seeing how my actions will improve them.
Thank you first.
Thank you.
I have a question for you.
Of course.
During your everyday, you know, activities as a lifeguard, how do you go about it?
Could you expand on that, please?
Like I know you guys have to like sit in the high chair and like monitor what's going on in the pool, but what else do you guys do as a lifeguard?
Oh, it's quite cliche that most people do think that we just sit in a chair and we're doing nothing, okay? But see, the thing is, we've got the responsibility of maintaining the pool. Let's say you see like there's a hazardous chemical which is spilt down on the floor. That could harm not just you, but your your customers. A mother which has a child which she probably takes her eyes off for 2 seconds. Her child slips on that hazardous chemical. Maybe it might be a really strong chemical which can burn your skin. If I'm not understanding what that chemical is and going to handle it straight away, it could be a huge danger for not just me, but for others as well.
Yeah.
There's, sorry, did you want to say something?
Oh no, I was just thinking like I think what Prince is trying to say is like because you basically what you're saying is what if, but like let's that's just what if it's not certain that those things are gonna happen day to
Okay.
day whilst you're working working as a lifeguard. So, like, on average, what are you doing as a lifeguard other than sitting in the chair and watching over people?
Okay, I'm keeping a head count, so I'm making sure how many people are in the pool. I'm going over into a sauna room or steam room to look at how many people are there, if they're okay, and to look about the temperatures as well. If the temperature's too high, too little, it can be dangerous. When I go for my heat break, I'm helping out my cleaners. I'm talking to customers, and I'm basically keeping a really well environment, if you get what I'm trying to say. Because as a lifeguard, you're not always just sitting on a chair. You're always either walking around, picking up little things which might be in danger. It's a routine, if you do get what I'm trying to say. You might not always have that one issue, what will be there, but you're regularly observing. Is that a little bit more helpful?
I
Yeah,
have
yeah.
another question.
Yeah, of
What do
course.
you think makes someone a lifeguard?
Oh, what makes someone a lifeguard? Okay, I think it might be the essence of duty of care. See, I am a lifeguard because I'm confident and other people see my confidence. Okay. Other people have got that idea of, wow, I can trust this person. Okay. With my life. With parents, they might leave their kids for unattended for a couple minutes. That is dangerous. But as a lifeguard, they they can see that I've got that trust. I've built a certain trust and connection just being present and there. Does that sort of help?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
With your career, how can you say your trust can be implemented to your customers?
mm, for example, when I do become a pilot, one of the first things before lifting off is I'm going to announce who I am. Basically, obviously, I'll say I'm captain or blah blah blah, and I'll be your flight for today, and I'll just reassure my passengers that it's going to be a safe flight, and I'm experienced and I know what I'm doing, and that, like, just reassure them to relax and etc. etc.
Yeah, that sort of empathy, yeah.
Yeah, but other than that, they can't really. There's nothing else I can really do because most of the time it's probably their first flight as me as their captain or me as their pilot. So they don't know what's gonna happen. And to be honest, even if I wasn't their pilot, anything could happen on any flight. So it's not really guaranteed that you're gonna be safe. So as much as I can say that everything will be okay, it's not guaranteed, unfortunately.
Fair enough.
I
With
think
your
I think the question that you asked him actually really translates like really well to my career
oh,
as a
okay.
lawyer, because as a lawyer you have to, for example, you have to defend a client, who's being charged with like anything, and so that client has to put their trust in you as a lawyer to get them out of that situation and get them a good deal. So yeah, as a lawyer, you really have to have that good relationship, that good amount of trust um with your client, because you guys have to be on the same terms as well.
What would you say your mindset will be like when you're handling a certain customer?
I think it varies depending on the type of person they are. I have to be very adaptable and
Okay.
respond to like how they are. So if they're approachable, if they're talkative, then I'm gonna be the same way. I'm gonna reciprocate that. But if they're a little bit shy, if they don't wanna talk too much, then I have to also like make them feel comfortable as well. And yeah, I think I just have to be adaptable and change how I approach each client based on their needs.
Yeah, it's the adaptability. It's being able to not be biased in a certain situation. Because if you're biased, you can easily see this one defender, which has got a job where they're an Olympian, okay? They might be working around children, this, that. It might give you a certain perspective and a side view. But once you start to hear them in person, then it might counteract it, okay? if you're only looking at, let's say, just the script of that person,
Yeah.
you can get a bias. Now I get what you're trying to say. You're even being open-minded. With mindset for you, would you say there's a core principle what you're looking at or not? I'm sorry, I was trying to link it to
No, that's cool.
Prince's
With
role.
mindset, I would just say that you need to have a growth mindset,
Oh,
or you need
okay.
to have a very strong mindset. Like I mean, fear is a good thing. I will mention fear, but at the same time, too much fear could jeopardize you, your colleagues, like who are with you on the flight, and your passengers. So if you're not like confident in your ability to fly the plane, or you're constantly worrying or scared, it might mess up your judgment. Like it will massively affect your judgment. Which and in flying a plane, you have to be very accurate and very sure in what you're doing, and make the right choices. Because even if like you're not even in a high stakes situation and the plane is flying perfectly fine, you still need to make sure that the altitude is correct, the angle of attack is correct, everything, etc., etc. But even if one thing is off, it can lead to a cause of disasters, which could just obviously, God forbid, lead to fatalities or a crash. But yeah, in your mindset, you need to be strong, be confident in your abilities and who you are, and that you're gonna keep these people safe and get to your destination safely as well. Yeah.
Amazing. Let's talk about fitness. Most of us all do participate in somewhat of a sport, exercise, or at home sort of activities. For you, Prince, what do you mainly exercise or how do you exercise?
How do I exercise? I'm exercising right now. Um, I'm stretching my vocal cords.
No, you are right, honestly.
He's basically
I
saying
mean,
he's lazy.
yeah.
If you didn't hear what he said he's lazy.
On a serious note, I live quite a sedentary lifestyle right now. I'm not proud of it, but um, in the future, hopefully, in the near future, I hope to implement some fitness and some working out into my lifestyle. So yeah, it's not something I'm proud of, but I'm gonna change it.
Amazing. What about you, Camille?
I'm pretty much the same as Prince. I don't work out at all. I pretty much live a sedentary lifestyle. When I'm at school, I'm sitting. When I get home, I'm sitting. If I'm not sitting in my chair, I get into bed to go to sleep. The only times I get up is to eat, but then that's only for like 2 minutes, and I sit back down to eat. And when I'm at school, when I'm doing work, I'm sitting down to do work. So basically, most of my day is spent sitting down, unfortunately. And it's obviously not good, and I need to get more active because I used to be into sports, but now I stopped because of education.
Oh yeah,
But
you used to play basketball.
yeah, but I obviously I'll still play here and there, but I do hope to get back into many sports and getting back into being fit again. Like hopefully once this period of exams and school is over. Obviously we got uni, but I know I'll have more free time in uni. So yeah,
Do you have any advice for our younger audience?
if you ever feel like being lazy, just know just know that means you should do something. If you ever feel like you don't want to do something, you need to do it more.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. So do the opposite of what you feel like doing. So then you become comfortable doing what you don't like. Because let's say, like, I don't know, you'd rather play games than revise. You'll get too used to playing games instead of revising and substituting that for your boredom.
Oh
But
yeah.
then let's say you're not really getting the grades you want in school, and you know you should revise, but you're too used to relaxing instead of revising. You're gonna get in that habit and cycle of relaxing instead of doing work. But like it's best to start on early, because if you the longer you do it, the more attached you'll be to it, and it'll have a hold on you, which is not, and it'll be longer to break. But yeah, whenever you feel like you know you should do this, or but you'd rather relax to do something else, or you feel like relaxing, do the thing that you don't feel like doing, or that you feel like doing the least, and then get used to doing it. And then once you get used to doing it, it will be your substitution for relaxing. You'll be like, okay, it's not that bad. Like revising is it's not even bad for me anymore. I don't mind revising is like relaxing. Like it will basically switch it out for you, basically. Yeah.
Have you both heard of the book called James Clear's Atomic Habits?
Oh, Atomic Habits.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've heard of it.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. And you know how it's always talking about your environment and how it shapes you.
Yeah, I would actually want to add one more thing as well. You
Yeah.
should really try and control your environment and surround yourself with people who are going to have that similar mindset,
Yeah.
who want to achieve.
Show
For
me
example,
people. Show me your friends, and I'll show you you.
for example, I'm not the most I'm not the most hardworking person, but Daniel, he gets onto me to do work a lot, and I find myself sometimes doing more work than I would have done on my own. So yeah, you should surround yourself with people who can motivate you to get more work done, and help
No,
you in that
I do
sense.
get what you mean. It's literally what I was trying to say. Show me your friends, and I'll show you you. Have you heard that quote before?
No.
No? Oh, okay. Well, I do dictate it in the way that if you incorporate yourselves with five friends which are lazy, they do not actually want to have that productivity. It's going to affect you in the long run. If you start surrounding yourself with different types of groups and seeing the different types of groups, seeing how they talk, seeing how they walk, and even how they even study, it will improve you in the long run. Would you highly agree?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
See, James Clear does state that the 1% thing what you constantly keep on doing is going to improve you. So let's say if Prince starts associating himself with Camille, for example. Camille's a hardworking person. He's continuously, why are you looking at me like that? Continuously working hard to improve himself. And then he starts associating himself with me. And I'm lazy, I'm sloppy. I see work as something what I can do tomorrow, not something which I can do right now. Day one, no. Camille is going to improve Prince's life if Prince always associates with Camille. If Prince starts associating with me and he starts to seeing what I'm doing, he starts to mimic it in a sense, then that would then decrease his productivity. Start associating yourself with things that you love and things which will improve you. James Clear also does state how you set out your gym clothes for the next day and you're all ready for going to school and going to probably work. If you're doing those little things like early in the morning, it's going to improve you in the long run. Okay. So let's say I've got my drink and all those books and all them, they're all into that bag. Okay. Bring it to school. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, I've got my gym clothes there. All right, then there's no excuse for me to go down to the gym. You start spreading out all of those textbooks, getting them all out of the way. Okay. And you only have your book, your laptop, and just you. You can actually start reading a little bit better if you take your little things which are distracting you and focus mainly on you. Okay. Focus on the little things. Does anyone have anything to expand on that? No?
No, well, not really. I think you're right. Everything that you're saying is right. We should take it and yeah, we should
Yeah, I
surround
get what you're
ourselves
trying
with
to
people.
say. Can we expand on a little bit more? I want to talk about finance. How's everyone's finance looking at the moment?
I think we should avoid that topic.
See,
And,
every student understands that finance is the biggest challenge in the world. But with Camille and Prince, which are both covering with me business studies, we started to explore what what their different saving tips are. Okay, using a
ISA.
pardon,
ISA is like
yeah, using an ISA
savings
or
account.
savings account, for example, that, and things what we can do right now by downloading the Uni Days app and looking at different things like a club card, Tesco, shopping apps which can decrease our spending. Because I'm not going to be paying £4 for a sandwich which is going to be costing me £3 without with using the club card, sorry. You get what I
Yeah, I
mean?
do.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
There's other little tips what we can talk about. Do you have any on your mind at the moment?
Not really.
Other tips. Just avoid like taking too many risks. You have to be conservative and wise with how you use your money. For example, doing things like gambling, betting, things like that where you're putting your money up and you don't really know which way it's gonna go. So you shouldn't be doing any of that. You should just, you know, be focusing on like getting a job, a 9 to 5, and then that's a stable source of income. And yeah.
What would you say to someone which is really wanting to get into, let's say, investing or even betting at this age, and they've only got, let's say, £800 which they get into their account each month? What would you say? How would that person probably spread that cost, and how would you?
Personally, I would advise against doing things like betting and gambling.
Oh,
I
okay.
think it's quite a degenerate thing. But if you were to do it, I would say always bet within your means. So, for example, you could put £5, £10. If you're getting £800 a month, and you stake £5, £10 on a bet, a parlay, and it's not going to really affect you, is it? So,
Yeah. Have you ever heard of the 20-30-50 rule?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm probably saying it wrong.
Don't think
I
it's
haven't heard of it.
your ratio is correct, but is it 20-30-50?
I'm pretty sure it's 20-30-50.
Well,
So
save
the
50.
your 50 goes all to what you mandatorily need. So like your bills, your education, and extra, etc.
Mm.
Okay. And then the 30% will go towards like your savings and then investing or even gambling in a sense. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're able to do little pots in your savings account or even do a certain spreadsheet which helps you understand how to be better at um, better the financially managing your money, it will improve you in the long run. For example, £800. That £800, you put it into your savings. Your savings includes a, oh no, I just made a mistake. You pay for your new laptop, or a saving for university, a saving for a long run, like a pension or a house, which you want in the long run. Have you got any tips when you in savings?
But no, I just save my money. Just don't spend it. That's literally the only tip to saving. Don't spend it. So savings for a reason.
Yeah, but
Save
our
it for
interest does go down.
uh
Let's say if we didn't take that money out for our child trust fund
yeah.
account, we didn't put it into a certain account, that money would start to go down and will be less worth of what it was
No,
originally, if you get
yeah,
what I'm trying to
throughout the
say.
whole world, money is constantly depreciating and appreciating. Mostly depreciating. So it doesn't if the value of your money is going down, then it's going down across okay, this let's say this country because we use GBP. If your money is going down, if the value of your money is going down, then it's going down for everyone, not just you.
Sorry, I was trying to actually say, what would you say about putting a certain money out from your trust fund and trying to actually find a great deal which will boost your
Just do your research,
investing?
find any like companies that have like high interest savings accounts, and yeah, all you have to do is research.
Yeah, that is really smart. Thank you. Have you got any tips?
For me, saving is just a bit of what he said as well, just not spending it and on ridiculous things like getting that new piece of shoes, getting jewelry, getting all of these cosmetic items that you don't really need, all these luxurious things. Just live within your means. Use as little amounts of money as possible, just for like food and stuff like that. Anything that you actually need to pay. Only try and use your money only for necessities, basically. So yeah. And then the rest of it I would just probably just save it or invest it into a business. So yeah.
Fair enough. No, I have to say thank you to both of you for coming down onto the show. Seriously, I feel like you've helped our channel so much and have helped our viewers. Please, if you have any final words.
Thank you for watching.
Bunkai.
As they both have said, thank you for watching. One life, just one. See you in the next one. Whoa.